back to the workshop, and in this video we're going to be starting to have a look and fixing my Acrowot. So as you can see, it's not looking as good as it should. So what happened is I was flying and then my ailerons stopped working. But I checked everything in the pits before, range check, everything, everything was fine. While I was flying, just failed. So I'd killed the engine because I really thought it was going to go down and I thought it was going to come down and end up in a lot more pieces than it is. So what I'd done was kill the engine, bring it towards us so I didn't need to walk too far. Then I thought to myself, I might be able to land it. So I brought it round on an approach, misjudged it slightly, and just at the end of our runway, there's like a thick bit of grass down runway. The undercarriage just caught that thick bit of grass and it tipped over, ripped the undercarriage out. So the problem with the ailerons were the Y leads, the three wires, the white wire, the signal wire, there's two that soldered onto it. There was a bad soldering joint and one of the wires had came through, so that's why in the pits it was fine, but I'm guessing through the air I did something and it pulled apart slightly, and then when it got back to the pits it went back together, because when it got back to the pits ailerons were fine, but I had nothing in the air. Now when I got back here, taking the heat shrink off of the Y lead where the join is, did it on the positive, absolutely fine. Got to the signal, took the heat shrink off, peeled the heat shrink off, and it just popped off. It was literally a heat shrink holding it there. There was no solder or anything. But that doesn't matter anymore. So the main issue is that. So I'm gonna have to take the engine off to get a new plate in there with the undercarriage. So that's what I'll do now. So I'll stick you on time lapse and take the engine off. So that's the engine off. What I'm going to do now is clean out, peel this covering back, slice it off. I'm going to try and salvage bits of the covering here, but I don't know how that's going to go. So I'm going to take this off, clean out old bits of the original plate, get it all flat, and then start to size up a new plate.
The ground beneath us caved in every time, so God, hear you cry.
So this is what I've done so far. I've got a new plate in, sanded very roughly. Because of the thick material it was, I was using the Dremel, so in some places I'd gone a wee bit too far. And with the actual plate, I had made it the wrong shape. So I put some fillet in areas. There is a lot of fillet on there, most of it's going to get sanded off. Put a new piece in here, because where I cut that piece off, but it's fine. Put that piece in, going to sand that round, get that all looking nice. I'll just show you down here. And then what I'm going to do, which I really should have done before, is get some T-nuts in the back up here, because it's going to be very difficult to get T-nuts in here while I'm doing it. So that's the next thing I'm going to do. Sand everything back, get some T-nuts in, get some covering on, and then get everything back together. So this is where we've got to with it. Got a new plate in, got this wee bit that I was talking about, sanded, rounded. Got to fill it in everywhere it needs to be, sanded back. Got the T-nuts in. They were more difficult than they should have been because of when I put them in, but I expected it to be like that because I forgot. So the next thing I'm going to do is give it all a wipe down and re-stick around these corners here, get it all flat, stuck down, stuck here, then start to cover it. And I had to put a wee hole there to get the T-nut out because it had gone on there and I'd put the wrong bolt in, so it had gone so tight that I couldn't even hold on to it with my fingers. So I put that wee hole there just to get in with a pair of pliers, but that won't matter too much with strength or anything. So I'll put you on time lapse and get going. So that's the Acrowot sorted out. Got the new plate in the bottom, undercarriage in, T-nuts. T-nuts were difficult, like I said they were going to be, but they're in glued. When I was doing it, I had to take the engine off to get in and sort everything out. So when I was taking the engine off, I took the lead out that was around it. So that when I was doing that, I needed to put it back on. Once the engine was on, I put the lid at the bottom, not some at the top, some at the bottom, all at the bottom. So now I can get the cowling on. So that's sorted. Engine's run, plumbing's all sorted. Servos in the wing, fine. Run up the engine, everything's working. I'll do a range check pretty soon. I think there's enough room here. But yeah, if you like this sort of content, leave a like if you haven't already, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.